So how's the PvP in Lords of the Fallen after patch 2.0? Version 2.0 has been out for a few days now, and since it came out, I would say I have at least anywhere between 30 and 50 invasions now. In my last Lords of the Fallen video, I talked about how floaty and it felt like the combat was on skates. So PvP originally just felt like two ballerinas or two figure skaters dancing around or skating around. So if you want the short answer, yes, PvP has gotten a lot better. But if you want to see for yourself before jumping in, or if you just want to know a little bit more about the current state of PvP as far as matchmaking and connection, which is essential for PvP, I suggest you stick around. Sometimes it's just the little things that count. After they updated the combat, they also updated the sound. And I can just feel myself fiending to pull off a grievous strike. It's so satisfying. Matter of fact, the combat sounds in general just sound good now. The parries sound good. Just swinging a great sword around sounds good. Don't even get me started on the parry sounds. When you just locked in with another player in a 1v1 duel, it really feels like a 1v1 duel, especially when you just doing back-to-back parries. That cling, cling, cling. You know what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, there you go right there. Alright, so what about the matchmaking? The matchmaking is wild in this game. You can literally be paired up with anybody. A level 1 can be invaded by a level 150. I've invaded people in the very first area of the game, and I just felt bad for them, I'm not gonna lie. There's no such thing as twink builds in this game. So if you are a Souls player who's just getting into Lords of the Fallen, I suggest you hit your meta level before you start invading. Because if you start invading at level 25, don't be surprised if you end up in a level 150's world at the end of the game, with in-game gear, weapons, and spells, and you get one-shotted. So this is going to be the last 1v1 before we get into the 2v1s. So right here, I accidentally popped the healing stone. I meant to pop a mana stone. I think the healing stones are pretty scummy in 1v1s, but I do think they're valid in 1v2s. Personally, I do think they should nerf the amount of healing and mana stones you can use in PvP for both the host and the invaders. Okay, it's 2v1 time. And he just hit me with the scorpion. Skyrim shout build confirmed. So I know I said the connection in the 1v1s was pretty solid, but the 2v1 connection is pretty hit or miss. I know it ain't a skill issue, and I know what direction I'm rolling in, but there's still this weird rubber banding effect that the game had on launch. I thought he disconnected for a second, but he was just trying to bait me in for a parry. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Sometimes it will feel like you're glued to the other players or being pulled to them. But it's not as bad, or it doesn't happen as much as when the game first came out. In case you didn't know, here's some unique things about PvP and Lords of the Fallen. So when you're invading, they close off the areas. The areas are a lot more enclosed than what they are in Souls or in Elden Ring. Most of the maps just basically feel like they putting you in an arena. And another thing, there's no running to the boss. You can't just fog wall it. Nah, none of that. You gotta fight it out. There's no running. Or you could jump off a cliff. You coward. I don't know if you could tell from the footage, but this is definitely one of those laggy 2v1s. Man, I wish I would have posted the whole clip for this one, because boy, the rubber banding, like the latency, oh my goodness. And the spell, this spell right here, what is this? I can't even see. They just kept spamming it the whole fight. And then you got the nerve to point down. Good old fashioned Souls player. You know they play Souls. And you know they trash. Another fight I wish I would have posted the whole clip for. What healing item did he just pop? Because bro popped like 50 of them the whole fight. Y'all saw that backstep grievous strike? That was tight, right? Yeah, I know. I didn't even mean to do that though. It's the last fight of the video, so I'm just go ahead and let this one rock out. But if you're still watching at this point, drop a like, maybe hit that sub button, and let me know your thoughts on Lords of the Fallen 2.0. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Cling, cling. There go that back-to-back parry, y'all. I told y'all I love it.